exhaust fan. It's pretty well torched. Let's see if we get the camera down there. Let's get it out of there. Get the pulley off. Motor out, hook up your puller, loosen up the set screw that's on the shaft where the keyway is, and get your puller and pull this pulley off. Well, you didn't get much video, but put the pulley back on, mount your motor, check your amps. I got to do a water pressure regulator next for our ice maker. Let's head over there and check that out. Then we got a freezer to look at. Let's go scope it. Sure is a lot quieter. This was the one that was rambling and tumbling and fumbling. It's all happy now. Dead motor, I got it off the roof. Check that out. Bearings are shot, you can hear them. That's all. Toasty. Let's head over to I gotta go put a water pressure regulator on this on an ice maker next. Let's head over there. We're going by the beach real quick. It's supposed to be a big swell in right now, so let's go see if it's how big the surf looks. I'm gonna go torture myself. Yeah, bunch of waves out there. It's gonna be like 80 degrees today, so we're back to our Indian summer. Oh yeah, look at that set. Woo, fuck yeah. See the water pressure. See the water pressure is way up there, like 100. So it'll take out the water inlet solenoid valves on these ice makers. So there's the old one. It failed. Got a new one. Get it installed here. We'll run it around 50 psi. That's more like it. A lot better. This one had failed in like not feeding any water. That's replaced. Let's go get a freezer to look at next. That's how you do it in the Vangina, printing out invoices. I do a truck tag, so I get a signature, and then I print out my invoices here for the billings, right off the truck. If you followed my channel, you know I use the, I pretty much use my iPhone for everything. So I use the Tiny Invoice app. And then I have this little printer. And I can print out a couple copies, one for the customer to mail in to me, and then one for my records that I keep with my hard copy on my truck tags. Okay, so we got this one door freezer in the hole here. I think it's a Chinese freezer. It's got the Dixdale control, and the owner said they replaced the switch and the contactor themselves. So what I'm finding is I got it plugged in. 70 degrees in there. It's calling for cooling. See the little dot's not flashing. If the dot's flashing, it's in its time delay. So it's calling for cooling. And I found I got voltage across the contactor, but it's not pulling in, so bear with my lousy camera work here. We'll get this hooked up and we'll see what we got. So we got our leads hooked up on our contactor. 121 volts. Let's see if we got voltage going through the contactor. Should be 0. Let's see. 0.6. Let's make sure that one of these legs is hot. Okay, so I got no power coming into the contactor. What I found up here, it looks like they cut the wire right here. That's supposed to be the hot going down to the compressor to supply it. And let me see off this schematic here where that's supposed to catch from. So I got to digging. I ended up pulling that. They had changed their own contactor out, and look what I found. Do it yourself or special. What do you see there? 24 volt coil. Ain't gonna work. Here's the original 120 volts. That's not gonna fly. So let me I'm gonna see if their old contactor is still good. If not, I probably got one on the truck. But let's give it an install here real quick and see what happens. Okay, you got the original contactor put back in. There's nothing wrong with it. Unit's running now. You can hear it running. Yeah, we're feeding refrigerant. There goes our fan. We'll see if it pulls down and we'll check it out. It's another Chinese fridge. Pretty sure. Maybe not. It doesn't say where it's made. This one's called Entree. You know, the usual Dixdale controller does have a nice contactor up there, so that's kind of cool. Okay, that was a good one on the freezer. Customer tried to fix it himself, boned it. One thing I did notice on those Chinese fridges, the wire, the gauge doesn't look big enough to me. I think they're gonna have problems with wires burning up. So that's a good little morning. Let's go pop a furnace out real quick and get a furnace changed out. And then I think after that we'll call it a day. Knock my plenum together. We'll cut a hole in it, get the plug end over there. Just buy these. Just buy them at the wholesale house for cheap, ready to rock. They're already lined inside, so you don't have to insulate the outsides. It'll even look prettier. Okay, furnace is prepped and ready. Got the gas hooked up. Plenum's all knocked together. Let's go rip the old one out. Beater, it's coming out.
Throw the mail.
Let me get demo going. Okay, furnace is out. Old school, that's how they did it in the old days. They just take that shit. No dovetail, nothing. Look at that. New school heat exchanger. And we'll go look at the old one's heat exchanger. Solid as a rock. That's old school heat exchanger. They'd get rusty, but damn things were solid. Right there it is. The Payne is installed. Not doing startup yet because so you can see this house is empty. So they don't have the utilities aren't turned on yet. He's gonna call me when they get the utilities turned on. Then we'll do a startup. There it is. Remember the plenum's lined inside, so we don't have to fuzz it on the outside. Got that wrap with the silver wrap. Pretty basic little change out. Payne's just same as Bryant or Carrier. All the same stuff. We'll get into this when I do the startup.